Welcome to the Brightsight podcast. This is a weekly show provided by Brightsight Security Lab. We're talking about updates on security regulations, requirements, and perspectives on the current cybersecurity developments. Security is becoming more widely used and important at home, work, school, or in your personal life. Think about GDPR and the Cybersecurity Act. Cybersecurity is a shared responsibility. The more systems we secure, the more secure we all are. Thank you for listening to Brightsight. Hi everyone, my name is Dianta, Global Marketing Manager at Brightsight, and today's guest is Kai-Fan Chang, General Manager Brightsight China. Welcome, Kai-Fan.
Hi Dianta, thank you for inviting me. It's really a pleasure to appear on the first episode of Brightsight. Look forward to speak with you on different topics on security evaluation.
Yeah, and I'm also very excited to have you here today on the first episode of Brightsight. And today I want to talk about Brightsight and what Brightsight is doing. So Kai-Fan, can you tell me about Brightsight?
Brightsight is a security evaluation lab. So it is a unique segment in the security industry, because normally when people hear about security, you're probably thinking about cybersecurity companies, or you're thinking about hackers in university or outside of university. But security evaluation is to support customer or developers to get the security certification they need to be able to sell their product on a certain market or in certain industry. The best example is, for example, payment. So if you want to sell your IC or your POS terminal to be able to do, like, say, Visa or MasterCard transaction, then you have to satisfy we call EMVCO security certification. And a security evaluation lab like Brightsight, we support our customer to get those certification to prove that their product is secure enough.
Okay, so basically Brightsight is evaluating IT products and provides their customers with a report that leads to a certification. And Brightsight claims to be the #1 security lab in the world. So what makes Brightsight the #1?
So this very interesting question. At that time, when we were calling ourselves the #1 security lab in the world, there was just no other lab claiming that. So we basically want to claim that and grow to that. And I think it's quite successful through the whole journey. We are #1 because we have a lot of experience, more than 35 years in this field. So we grew basically with all the security requirements in the world. And also we have a lot of accreditations, and that really means that we can do an evaluation and help our customer to get multiple certification at the same time. Also, we have, I think, still the most biggest amount of people and resources and setups in Brightsight, so that we can do a lot of evaluations in parallel, and that means time saving and time to market for our customer. And I think that's the most important thing that makes us the #1.
Yes, because security is becoming more important today because of all connected devices. So I can also imagine that there are students that have access to these security requirements and are able to test products in, let's say, their garage and are able to hack the product. So what is the difference between them and an accredited lab like Brightsight?
So at Brightsight, we are doing all this, we call white hat hacking in a very systematic and methodological way. That means that we don't buy a product and put it in our garage or somewhere in our home and just try to hack it. We get a full design information from our customers, and we call it this approach a white box approach. So after we get the design, we try to analyze the design based on our experience, based on the state of the art security standard. We have to review a lot of different studies, and also the certification bodies. They will try to set the scope of the testing. And with all those in mind, we try to find out what is the possible vulnerabilities in the product. And we try to make up some or think of some tests to see if the product is really resistant to this attack. And then we'll have a rating for this attack and to see if this attack is really practical or not. So we based our judgment on how many people is needed, how much time is needed, how easy it is to get to the sample or to the product. All those things together, we try to make a score. And if the score is higher than what is required, we think that product is secure enough. So basically, we are trying to do the hacking between the brackets in a most efficient way. And we don't really go for the maximum or perfect security, but we try to make the judgment and to say this product is safe or is secure to be used on the market for a certain years for a certain type of attacker. And that is also what is required by the certification body to make their judgment if they want to give or they are able to give the certificate to a certain product.
Okay, yeah, because you can never say that the product is 100% secure, right?
No,
yeah.
It's not possible because 100% secure for now may not be true for 2 months later, especially in software product. That's why in the later episode we'll introduce the need of hardware security or so-called root of trust, because software is really changing a lot and is something that is difficult to make sure that the product is really secure. But you're right, in theory, there's no such a thing as perfect security, and they're just practical security, because you don't spend 2 years to hack a product so you know you will earn back 100 euro. But you'll spend the time. If you can earn back 1 million euro, then it makes sense. So that's also the theory or the thinking behind the security evaluation.
So customers work with Brightsight because they are not aware of the latest security regulations and requirements. Is it therefore also advisable to work with a third-party lab, or are there any other benefits?
Yeah, definitely, because there are two aspects in this part. Because firstly, you need an independent partner to do the evaluation. If you're a developer and you say your product is secure, then nobody will really believe you, because you are benefiting from it to be secure or to be able to sold to the public. So evaluation lab is an independent party to look at the security of your product and prove it for you. So it has more authority. But on the other side, also, evaluation lab should not give out the certificate, because then evaluation lab can just get money from you and say your product is secure enough. That's why we also have a certification body on the side to look at what the security evaluation lab is doing, if they are doing the good job according to the methodology. So that's first part. And the other part is that we are in this industry and we see a lot of movement in policy setting, requirement setting, and also new developments in the field. So it's always advisable to talk to a security lab you choose to find out what kind of security evaluation you need and who is the best partner to work with.
Yeah, so in the next episodes, we will talk more about security and developments within the industry. But for today, I would like to thank you for the introduction into Brightsight.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed being here.
Yeah, enjoying being here. It's really a nice setup. You have a nice microphone and everything. So what is your plan for this whole podcast? Because normally this industry is not so social. Let's say there are not so many information that is known to the public. So why the podcast?
So we're doing this Bright Insight podcast to talk about the security regulations, the requirements, and perspectives on the current developments, because security is becoming more widely used and also important.
Great! I'm really looking forward to more episodes as we talk more about different security requirements and evaluations.
Thank you for your introduction into Brightsight. And I'm excited to cover different topics in the next episodes. And I will definitely invite you.
Great. Thank you. See you next time.
Thank you for listening to Bright Insight. In the next episodes, we will cover different topics, such as the EU Cybersecurity Act, the business case of security evaluations, common criteria, SASIP, IoT, and software-based security. Stay tuned and subscribe on brightsight.com.